Okay, the next video here will be for the PTZ controls. So if you click parameter setup and you click where it says PTZ, um, there's really not too much to hooking up the PTZ. More of it's actually make sure you have the right connections onto the back of the DVR with your RS-232 converter, um, or your serial port converter in the back, and hooking the wires up to that, and make sure you have the right dip switches on the PTZ. But as far as software goes, pretty much all you're going to do is click on the camera um, that you have your PTZ hooked up to, and then usually COM port 1 is generally the COM port there's your serial adapters plugged into the computer at. Um, so usually you'll select COM port 1. Protocol name, the one that best works usually would be like Pelco D2400. Your control address would be whatever ID number you have on the setup on the camera. So usually a lot of people just have ID 1 if that's your first camera. So you would just push control ID number 1 in there. Um, Once you put your settings here, you can actually try to move the camera around to make sure those settings are right. I mean, you might have to select on Pelco D, maybe Pelco D 2400 baud 2, version number 2. Um, Sometimes it takes a little playing around with it to make sure you get the right settings, because every PTZ is kind of made differently, and you just have to sit here and play the settings. I mean, it's either going to be Pelco D2400 number 1, number 2, number 3, and usually it's just number 1. And then if you have the settings right, you'll be able to move the camera around. And once you have those settings correct, you just save. You can just push apply, and it'll save your settings. Um, Here's where you can go ahead and create presets, and which are preset spots where the camera will move to. So you can just create presets in this area here where you move the camera to a certain spot, and then you save the setting, and then you later can push a button and it'll come right back to that spot. But that's pretty much all there is for the PTZ setup.